We got two NBA playoff games for Wednesday. Two games Wednesday night, April the 30th. Finishing a strong month of April. We have been red hot in the NBA. These free plays have been crushing it. We'll keep it going here. Both games free. Side total player props coming up right here, right now. Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV. And if you've enjoyed these videos so far, this NBA playoffs, this NBA postseason, don't forget I'm doing every NBA playoff game every day. So thumbs up, like, positive comments below, and I will keep them coming. Make sure you click subscribe and click that bell as well, so you never miss out when these free plays are posted each and every day. All right, two NBA games. As expected, Miami-Cleveland is over. In fact, the Cavaliers plus 122-point margin in the four games was the largest in NBA playoff history. That's how much of a mismatch that 1-8 seed was. So that series is over. We now have two games instead of three for Wednesday night. And we'll start off with the 7:30 Eastern game on TNT, Golden State and Houston. And by the way, both of these series are 3-1 tonight, with the road teams looking to close out as road dogs. We'll see if they get it done. I don't think they get it done in this situation. I do like Houston to head it back to San Francisco, to the Bay Area, and force a game six, and they likely should. It's currently a 4.5 point favorite, and the sharp money came in quickly on Houston in this one. Briefly opened 2.5, bet up to 4, and now the leading indicator books are already 4.5. So I would play the Rockets sooner than later if you're looking that way, and that is the way I lean in this game. Thought Houston was in a good bounce back spot in game three the other night, or game four rather, the other night on Monday, and I decided to use the team total over, though, as my best bet for my clients, and it did cash, part of a 13-3, 81% NBA run. So once again, we did cash with the team total Rockets over. And one thing I mentioned in the video the other day was that it was the lowest game total in the series. In fact, it was 10 points lower than the game one line, and we finally got an over after three straight unders. We saw 213, 204, 205 for the game totals. Game four was 203, 203.5. So 10 points lower. Got our first over of the series out of the four games. It landed 215, which is just a basket more than the game one line. And now we've seen really very little adjustment. In fact, the current line here is about 203. I have seen a few 204s out there. So still a very low total. So if you like Houston, I think you once again have to like the Rocket team total over as well. It's a little bit higher now that they're back at home. But once again, we cashed that as the best bet in game number four. I leaned Rockets. They didn't get it done from the straight-up win. But once again, they got their team total over. And they also covered as a 3.5-point dog. I would lean Houston again here, down 3-1 at home. I think they get it done. By the way, the Rocket team total is around 104. 104 here for game number 5 on Wednesday night. That's 7:30 Eastern on TNT. Since we have two games, let's take a little time and dig into some of the player props. With Golden State, of course, I'm never looking to fade superstars. I mentioned that with Curry, but he did have an off night in game number 4, just 17 points, just 2 for 8 from three-point range. And, of course, Jimmy Butler was back in the lineup, played nearly 40 minutes. In fact, Brzezinski and Butler, who were limited a couple games ago, both played 40 minutes. And they combined for 53 points. So if the Rockets get the win, like I think they will, maybe one or both of them regresses. So Butler or Brzezinski under, I would look at both of them maybe. Butler did not take a lot of shots. He actually only took 12 shot attempts, only 2 threes. Brzezinski actually took 18 shot attempts, 11 threes. So do we dare lean Jimmy Butler under? Breaking my rule a little bit. I say always don't look to fade superstars. But after 40 minutes coming off the injury, now on the road after a win, wouldn't be shocked to see Butler maybe regress a little bit after the 27-point game. And keep in mind, he had no points because he didn't play the game before that. And he played only 8 minutes and then only 3 points in game number 2. He did have 25 in game 1. The problem is the line is only 18.5, so not a lot of value going under 8.5, 18.5 with Butler. But I'd be careful with his prop. He's probably due for a little bit of a regression here in game number 5. As far as the Houston Rockets, I told you Fred VanVleet, I thought he would break out, and boy, did he break out. 25 points in the effort on Monday night in Game 4, and he got 12 three-pointers off, 8 for 12. It was a franchise record for threes in a playoff game. VanVleet, once again, is probably a little bit underrated. Not quite as much value now after the go-off game, but once again, 13.5 is a very reasonable number. And keep in mind, he had 10 and 7 in games 1 and 2, and he was like 3 for 20 shooting and still ended up for 10 and 7. He's had 17 and 25. The only way I play VanVleet again is over 13.5. Maybe he regresses, but I don't think it happens in Game 5, as I like the Rockets side here in this one on Wednesday night. All right, going to look at the late game for you. T-Wolves and Lakers in just a moment. But I want to remind you, we have a special offer right now going on at WagerTalk.com where you buy us 2-week package, you get the third week for free. And that's all sports, all access. A lot of people ask me, are you going to do any baseball videos? I will once NBA winds down, but I'm doing baseball best bets every day for my clients. So if you'd like both baseball and basketball, now is the time to get on board. Buy 2 weeks, get the third week for free. No promo code required. You'll see it on my main page right below the daily best bets. You will see the special offer right where the daily free play is. That's my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. And get there quicker with that shortcut you see in the corner of the screen, wt.buzz/SM. Once again, 2-week package, and we include the third week for free. That works out to $9.50 a day for both pro basketball and Major League Baseball each and every day on an over 80% run, and it's not a fluke. This time last year is when we went on a monster run for the entire summer. In fact, my all sports clients by the end of August last year had already doubled their bankroll and won over 100 units of profit. And it looks like we're doing it again here. 13-3 run as I do this video over the past week. NBA #1 last year. Baseball best bets #1 last year. Over 100 units in baseball alone. Now is the time to get on board. Now, if you want to try just 3 weeks, get the buy 2, get the third free. That's $9.50 a day. But if you're ready to take a serious, consistent investment approach, I highly recommend the 1-year all access and use promo code SM365 for an instant $811 discount. Why $811? Because that gets it down to exactly $3 a day, about $1 a play. Once again, whether you did the 1 month, the 1 day, the 1 year, it doesn't matter. Every client gets the same best bets I'm personally using every day, just different price points, durations. Obviously, the bigger packages save you more as you build that bankroll. Once again, buy 2, get the third week free of the 1-year all access for $1 a play with promo code SM365. Full details on the screen here and also on my page, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, and get there quicker. wt.buzz/SM. All right, let's get to that late game. Also on TNT Wednesday night. This one's at 10 o'clock Eastern. Timberwolves and Lakers. Minnesota's got a chance to close it out as the 3-1 road team up. But once again, not likely, at least according to the betting markets, as the Lakers are a good-sized favorite here in game #5. They opened as a 5-point favorite, and the early money quickly came in on the Lakers, including some sharp money. And once again, just like Houston, I agree. I think this series goes back to Minnesota. I think the Lakers get the win. And once again, the line might seem inflated, but if they get the win, they're going to likely get the cover. That's just how it works. When you're playing within a few baskets like this, you don't want to take an underdog that you hope is going to lose but covers. So if you're going to play it, I would lay it with the LA Lakers. And keep in mind, the straight-up winner in this series is a perfect 5-0 against the spread so far. And I think that continues as the Lakers get the winning cover, and it makes it 6-0 straight up in ATS. So once again, if you think the Lakers are going to win, you want to lay it here. If you like the T-Wolves, I would recommend the money line instead of taking the point spread. I'd take them outright on the money line if you like that side. But once again, I like the Lakers in this one to get it done. Back-to-back losses, but obviously very competitive there in game #4 the other night. And I look for that to be the case. Again, the Lakers actually had a 12-point lead and just collapsed in the fourth quarter, getting outscored by 13 and losing by 3. So they had a 12-point lead overall, 10-point lead going into the fourth, and then the wheels kind of came off. I don't expect that to be the case here. Yes, they're an aging team, Luka, LeBron, but once again, elimination on the line. You're talking about one of the greats ever. By the way, I said maybe the greatest player ever a few weeks ago, and boy, did the comments light up. Nobody agreed. I don't have an opinion. MJ, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. I actually think Wilt Chamberlain was the most dominating player ever. He was a man among boys. Rule changes, multiple rule changes. But hey, comment below. Is LeBron the greatest ever? If not, who is it? Once again, I'm not saying LeBron's the greatest ever. I'm saying he might be. I don't have a real strong opinion on this. That's why I read the comments and I reply back. But once again, with his back on the line, you got to figure LeBron's going to have a big game. So not looking to fade him on any player props. And Doncic also not looking to fade. In fact, they did the heavy lifting. Even in the loss, the two combined for 65 points in game #4 on Sunday. And that'll probably be the case here. So if you like Lakers, LeBron props, Doncic props over would make a lot of sense. Austin Reeves, if you're looking for someone that maybe regresses for the Lakers, Reeves is a candidate. He took 12 3-point shot attempts at 17 points. Can't play much better than that. But once again, I like the Lakers in this game, so I'm bullish on the Laker player props over as well. Also, the team total, obviously, if you like the team, you probably like the team total over also. As far as Minnesota player props go, as you know, one of the most overrated all-stars in the NBA, I've said this for years now, is Rudy Gobert. He did not do much in game #4 the other night. Took to 6 shot attempts, made only one of them. 1 for 6, 5 points. -11 plus minus in his 26 minutes. and they still won the game. So now if you think they're going to lose, which I think they will, can't like Gobert. So once again, Gobert unders I think are worth a look. He only played 26 minutes. Mike Conley only played 25 minutes. He only had 2 points, and it wasn't misleading. He was just 1 for 5 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3. So Conley and Gobert, even in a win, didn't get many minutes, many shots. I don't think it's going to be any better here in an underdog situation on Wednesday night. It's ironic that Julius Randle is now on the team because the other big man I've called the most overrated all-star in the NBA for a few years, as my loyal viewers know, is Julius Randle. So we get both Gobert and Randle. Randle coming off a big game, 25 points. I think he probably regresses as well. So a few different Timberwolves maybe you fade there. Never looking to fade Anthony Edwards. That's don't fade the superstar theory right there in a nutshell. 43 points. He got to the free throw line 17 times. We're not fading Edwards, but I think a few of those other guys could be worth a looking under here in Game 5 on Wednesday night. That's on TNT, 10 o'clock Eastern. All right, there you go. Just 2 games because the Cavaliers took easy work of the Heat and eliminated them. So we get 2 games for Wednesday, and we'll have some more games each and every day this week. So make sure you click subscribe and click that bell so you know when these videos are posted. We try to get them up the night before in advance. So once again, extra time for you. And if you're finding it useful, thumbs up, like, positive comment below, and I will keep doing every NBA playoff game every day right here for you for free on WagerTalk TV. Now, I'm trying to give you leans on sides, totals, player props in every game, and they're doing really well. I have so many comments each day say how much you guys are winning. I love it. Free advice is helping you build that bankroll. But when you build that bankroll to a number where you can start taking a serious investment approach, that should be the goal, is to build that bankroll so you can start using it for a true investment approach. Then you really should consider my best bets. I'm giving you a lot of opinions here in the videos, but I do a deeper dive analysis for my best bets. And if I'm using a game, my clients get it as well. I've been doing this since 1996. 29 years I've been handicapping the NBA playoffs, handicapping baseball for quite that same amount of time, NFL, NCAA football as well, college basketball, all since 1996 as a full-time professional bettor and handicapper. If you'd like to put my expertise to work, it's quite simple. Get one of my best bet packages at WagerTalk.com, whether it's a 1 day, a 1 week, a 1 month, or a 1 year. Every client gets the same best bets I'm personally using each day with detailed analysis. Hey, you can check out the best bets on my page right now. They are recapped each and every night afterwards. The last 20 best bets, win or lose, I post on that page, and you can click on them to read the analysis afterwards. We're on a current 13-3 run as I do this video. Red hot, just like we were last year when we went on a monster run at this exact time. If you'd like to try 2 weeks and get the 3rd week free, that's no promo code required. Right, once again, on my page right now, buy 2, get the 3rd week's free. That works out to $9.50 a day for baseball and basketball. Or if you're ready to take that serious investment approach, the 1 year all access, use promo code SM365, gets it down to exactly $3 a day, about $1 a play. And that gets all of next year's college and pro football seasons, all of next year's college basketball seasons through March Madness, all of next year's NBA regular season into the playoffs, the rest of this year's playoffs, the rest of this year's baseball, into next year's baseball. You get the point. 365 days and nights with promo code SM365 gets it down to about $1 a play. That is taking a true investment approach. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Hey, get there quicker with shortcut WT.buzz/SM. And by the way, very selective. 2 to 3 best bets on average per day for my clients, which means that last cut, that opinion that was just a bit outside for making the best bet card is still pretty strong, and I put it up for free. Bonus free play every day. My last cut goes up as a free play for everyone on my page. Yet another reason to check it out. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Hey, don't forget also to check me out on social media, X and Instagram, at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on X and Instagram. You see it on the bottom of the screen there, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril. And stay tuned here to WagerTalk TV because you also know there's more free play videos coming up next.